Hello, this is chapter 147 of The Flower of Freedom by Deborah J. Reeves. It's the first in a trilogy, and all rights to both the books and this presentation are reserved. We hope that you'll take your seat, whether the seat we provide for your imagination or one where you're more comfortable. It makes no difference to us as long as you sit in comfort and as long as we can share our story with you, because we're hoping to put a deposit of goodness and share something with you so that you have a little extra in your cup that you can pour out into someone else's life. What we're hoping is to start a virtuous cycle that can make the world a nicer, kinder place. Here we go. This is chapter 147, The Return of Marie. On the following Wednesday, the family drove to the airport in 2 cars. As Bertie drove down the snowbank-lined streets, he said to Marie, "Have you noticed how good Mama is with Alicia?" Marie responded, looking down at Alicia, who was safely strapped into her car seat. "Mama's good with all people, Bertie. That never changes. It's far easier for me to go back to school knowing that Mama's there to watch out for my niece. I would be terrified if I knew I was leaving this little angel in your calloused midst." She flicked her eyes up from Alicia's face to look into the rearview mirror with a grin. Bertie was looking back with a very similar grin. "I hate it when you have to go back, Marie. So do the twins. Mama and Papa put on a brave face, but they miss you very much. Still, everyone is proud of my sister, the soon-to-be doctor. Bertie, I can hardly believe that my lifetime dream is about to come true. You know how that feels. You're already an engineer. I wonder if I can transition into my career as seamlessly as you did. The construction business is really taking off. How will you manage so many projects?" I was lucky enough to bring on some great guys from minute one. We got things stabilized after I blew it on 2 of my first 4 hires. We got a lot of jobs lined up, but they're staggered, so we can keep the cash flow going and keep our workers employed. Starting out with the house has turned out to be a strategic move. I got the house done, and it created some great advertising as people with similar tastes drove by. Some even wandered in while we were working. They liked what they saw, and when we bid on the projects that they had to offer, we won. One guy who spoke with Papa came in and out for about 3 weeks, and then one day he asked Papa if we wanted to bid on 17 future projects. It was more luck than anything else. We start a new batch of projects beginning in March. Until then, things will be quiet enough to pre-order supplies, catch up with the paperwork, and legal permits. It gives me a chance to cultivate the contacts at City Hall and with the local trade unions. Thank God the house is paid for, and I paid for all of the renovations out of the wedding money. I'm embarrassed to admit that it was a lot easier to stay in budget since Bianca left. That all gives me some breathing room. I have Mama and Papa, Marie. How could I work without their help with Alicia? Papa worked as hard as anyone to get the house ready, and he was the one who got that contract, not me. I never have to worry about Alicia's safety. I'm not sure how to thank them, but I have to find a way. You will, but don't worry too much, Bertie. You'll find a way. Just don't forget to make it a priority. They get tired too, you know. They parked at the airport parking lot, and Oscar pulled in next to Bertie's car. He got Marie's luggage from the trunk while Marie unstrapped Alicia from the car seat. They all walked in together, and they found the lounge where Marie would wait for her flight. "I miss Philippe," Carr grumbled. "I miss him more," Desi replied. I miss him even more, said Bertie, teasing the twins, who frowned. I miss him most, said Marie, and Oscar laughed uproariously. Soon it was time for Marie to leave, and she had to untangle from so many hugs. She kissed Alicia, who flashed her blue eyes at her and waggled her black curls. Bertie picked up her tiny hand and waved, saying, "Bye-bye, Auntie Marie. We'll see you soon." As Marie walked down onto the ramp to the plane, she thought, "I wish it were soon. I'll miss so much of her babyhood." And then she was sitting in the seat for the evening flight, and before long she was in the air over the Atlantic. Into the wild blue yonder, she thought, looking ahead. Marie slept most of the flight, and in the morning the skies were bright and clear. Soon the plane landed near Paris. Marie was expecting to see a key when she got off the plane. She gathered her luggage and came out onto the concourse, but a key was not there. Instead, she saw Michaud, Suzette, and Philippe. "Is a key okay?" she asked in a worried tone after the first round of hugs. "He's perfectly fine," Suzette told her. "We asked if we could pick you up and take you to the penthouse because we have something to ask you." "You can borrow anything you want, Suzette. Just name it," Marie responded, guessing at the question. "That's not quite it, Marie," said Michaud as they exited the terminal. "Michaud, can't we just wait until we get into the car?" asked Suzette, and Marie was curious then. They found their car, wound their way out of the parking garage, and Marie could not stand it any longer. "Ask already," she demanded from her position on the back seat next to Philippe. "You know, Marie, that really is one of your least attractive traits, that impatience. If you had grown up being teased by Bertie, you might not have a love of suspense either, Suzette. When we were kids, he and I would each get a box of Smarties, and I would wolf mine down. Bertie, on the other hand, would wait until mine were all gone, and then he would eat them one at a time for a week, just to torture me. Once I got so frustrated that I found the box, and I ate them all, and I put the empty box back in his bedside table. You should have heard him howl when he found the empty box. He could never prove it was me, but he always knew. So if you do not want to squeal like Bertie did, tell me what's up this minute." That's the end of chapter 147. We look forward to you returning for chapter 148, which is called Fairy Godmothers. We're delighted that you came this time. Please come back. And please remember to give us a thumbs up and to subscribe, because we really want you to be here for all of the episodes. And we look forward to seeing you, or at least knowing you're out there. Thank you. Bye-bye. I remain your friend, Deborah.